edition of Worldwide Climate Connections. I'm Shelby, reporting live from St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis is located in eastern Missouri, just south of the confluence of the Mississippi and Missouri rivers. The Mississippi River is the fourth longest river in the world. It starts at Lake Itasca, Minnesota, and empties into the Gulf of Mexico. It is entirely contained in the U.S., and the fact that 41% of the continental U.S. drains into it makes it the third largest watershed in the world. St. Louis is a temperate biome, meaning there are 4 distinct seasons. The average annual temperature is 56 degrees Fahrenheit. The average annual precipitation level is 37.5 inches, coming on an average of 162 days per year. 2008 set a new record with 57.96 inches of precipitation and caused considerable flooding. This was not near the magnitude of the 1993 Mississippi River flooding, which was the most devastating flood in U.S. history. 17,000 square miles in 9 states were covered by floodwaters. Nearly 50 people died, 26,000 were evacuated, and 56,000 homes were damaged. So the climate of St. Louis, especially the precipitation levels upstream and here, have a major impact on this area. Let's go to Fern to learn more about the river flooding and forecasting in St. Louis.
Hi, this is Fern, reporting on St. Louis sites related to river flood forecasting. A visit to the river could start at the Melvin Price Dam and National Great Rivers Museum. The Corps of Engineers used the Loxton Dam to maintain a 9-foot navigational channel on the river, per their congressional mandate. They do not consider flood impacts. The National Weather Service in St. Charles is where meteorologists and hydrologists forecast weather conditions. They provide an invaluable service by monitoring river levels and issuing flood warnings. They don't make policy recommendations regarding flooding. Research scientists at leading universities study river flooding and climate. St. Louis was the site of a day-long scientific flood forum, why the rivers keep rising and what we should do about it. Key points presented were that Midwest winters were warming, precipitation was increasing, flood recurrence models were no longer valid, like 500-year floods not waiting 500 years, floodplain development should stop, and runoff should be minimized. Now let's make a worldwide climate connection to a city similar to St. Louis.
Zdravo! I'm Belinda from Belgrade, Serbia. I have found out that the weather, climate, and geography here are very similar to St. Louis. The mean temperature is 55 degrees Fahrenheit, which is only 1 degree different than St. Louis. The precipitation average is 27 inches from 173 days with rain. It has less rain on average than St. Louis, but it has more days with rain. Belgrade, Serbia is at the confluence of the Danube River and the Sava River. The Danube is the 29th longest river in the world, but is the 2nd longest in Europe. It starts in the Black Forest in Germany and ends in the Black Sea. The river goes through 17 countries, and its watershed is 817,000 square kilometers. The International Commission for the Protection of the Danube River, or ICPDR, was established to coordinate river issues. Flooding is a major issue on the Danube. Over the period of 1998 through 2000, different parts of Europe have suffered 100 serious floods, causing 700 fatalities and the displacement of 500,000 people. Now, before we wrap up this segment, we must take a commercial break to one of our sponsors.
Hey, this is Nancy Faye coming at you from Nancy Faye's Nanofabric Solutions. We got all kinds of different nanofabrics to suit all your water repellent needs. We got shirts, pants, wetsuits, dry suits, socks, sweatbands, and our latest, sandbags. These new sandbags will lower cost of protection during floods and take away some of the muss and fuss over unreusable sand and chemically unsafe plastic bags in landfills. The sandbags are made out of a heavy-duty material, but they use normal sand. The secret to this incredible water resistance is a layer of silicone nanofilaments, which are highly hydrophobic. By being hydrophobic, the bags act as though they really are scared of water, so they repel it using a thin layer of air on top of all nanobags. This way, they are reusable because the sand inside the bag doesn't get wet. The nanofabric repels water, so these bags are here to stay. But wait, call 1-800-NANOFAB in the next 5 minutes and we'll double your order at no extra cost. Don't forget, shipping and handling still apply.
Wow, what an innovative product. I could really see how that would help the environment. And if people used our other ideas, such as permeable pavement and rain gardens, we could really make a difference. That's all for today. See you at Flood Awareness Week, March 2009. Bye!